All right, let's get to some of these schedules.
Yeah, MJ drinks free.
Let's start off with some of the easier schedules that we're looking at post-schedule release. And even though we know who everyone is going to be playing, the order is somewhat relevant, I think, in terms of rest days, in terms of sequencing. That stuff does matter around the edges. But let's take a look at the Buffalo Bills schedule, who, despite being awesome last season, they have somewhat of an easy schedule, and that's largely due to playing in the AFC East, where there is no other juggernaut. No disrespect to your Jets, Connor, but the Dolphins, somewhat of not a rebuilding year, but not expected to be the force that they were a couple seasons ago.
Yeah, obviously it's a tough game to start off week one right here on NBC and Peacock. I'm a company man on Sunday night against the Ravens, but then at the Jets, home to the Dolphins, home to the Saints, home to the Patriots, 3 straight home games. Those don't really scare you. At the Falcons, I don't know that you're scared of the Falcons defense. They get a bye. Then they're at the Panthers. It's not till week 9 that you're certainly thinking about, okay, maybe. I mean, I think the Jets will play them tough. They always do in week 2. But still, you know, if you're going to invest in Josh Allen, in James Cook, in some of the other Khalil Shakur this year, I think you feel good about how Buffalo's schedule starts off the year.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, this is what I noticed about the Buffalo Bills schedule, though. Like, Ravens and Lamar at home. Mahomes and the Chiefs at home.
Right. Yep.
Bengals and Burrow, they're at home. Then they're at home versus the Eagles, too, where it's like the best quarterback you got to play right now on the road is C.J. Stroud. So, like, you really got to love that if you're on the Bills or you're a Bills fan. You get to play Cleveland, Pittsburgh, 2 teams with quarterback questions, so it's looking up for them.
Yep.
Yeah, Josh Allen's my number 1 quarterback. He was before the schedule release, but this just reinforces that you feel really good about the Bills' skilled players as well. They have the highest win total, 11.5, and it's easy to see a scenario where they beat that.
Yeah, the main thing that I look for in the schedule release is who do the Juggernauts play in Week 18? Because if you want to play the Kansas City Chiefs, you want to play them in Week 18 because there is just a material chance that they're going to be resting their stars. We saw that this year where the Broncos basically got a free pass into the playoffs because they got to play Carson Wentz instead of Patrick Mahomes. I think that helps the Jets this year. You get to play the Bills in Week 18.
The Bills should be settled up by then.
You would think so. And the Raiders get to play the Chiefs in Week 18. This season, Raiders could be a team that's on the bubble of the wild card, so I think that stuff does matter around the edges. A notable schedule, Matthew, your Washington Commanders, who
That's
suddenly, we can clap the schedule.
I mean, well, listen, I was early here, but what has happened here is the schedule makers and America has done what I was already doing, and that's fallen in love with Jaden Daniels and my beloved Washington Commanders. Hail the Commanders, hail victory. There is no team in the NFL that has more standalone primetime games than the Washington Commanders. They are tied with the Chiefs for the most in the NFL, but no team has more. All these networks begging me, get me Jaden Daniels, get me Matthew Berry's team. I feel like that's how they were saying it. I want more Debo.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it went down like
Tress
that.
Way in prime time, baby. Luke McCaffrey, let's go.
The beauty of it is it's a primetime loaded schedule, like you said, the 8 standalone games, but it's not a brutal schedule. You open with the Giants, you have the Raiders and Falcons back-to-back weeks 3 and 4, and those teams will be better, but the Commanders will be favored. And then even you look on the back half of it where you're at the Giants because they're division, you play the Dolphins. It's a solid schedule, but it's not like the Chiefs where the primetime irregular rest will have this massive effect on the team.
Yeah, I mean, listen, week 16, I mean, like fantasy playoff time, right? You know, Eagles in week 16, Cowboys in week 17, Giants in week 15, okay, fine. But I think their defense is going to be pretty good this year. Like, it's not a great fantasy playoff schedule for the Commanders, and just looking at them NFL-wise, they get the Eagles twice in week 16 and 18. Like, that's a little tough having to play them twice and 3 times as you head down the stretch.
It's tough, but you'd rather play them in week 16 and 18 than week 1 and 3. Just because, one, more chance that injuries have set in by then, and then also going back to the week 18 thing, the Eagles, I would say the most likely outcome is either the Eagles have wrapped up the division by then, in which case you're probably not playing their full guys, or there's something at stake, which means that it's probably good news for the Commanders if there is something at stake.
I'm going to say it's more the latter, Jay. When you even look at the Giants to end that season, they'll be the first game. Their defense will be playing tough at that time. Then you get Eagles, Cowboys, Eagles. We might be playing, you might be playing for a 3-way look like between Eagles, Cowboys, and the Commanders. So it's going to be some good football.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and RotoWorld.com. And I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched. Or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.